Cooler weather means more time inside the house for the kids. So what can parents do to help keep them occupied? DIY host and pro Anitra Mecadon joins us live from Charlotte this morning with what you need to know before the temperatures dip to create the ultimate kid cave. Good morning, Anitra.
Good morning.
So let's get the lingo down. What exactly do you mean by a kid cave? Is it like a man cave? And how do we make a great one?
You know, the kid cave, it's really, it's a room made specifically for your kids. It's where they're going to go have fun and play, even study and hang out. It's especially, it's going to be the place where all their toys go. I have some tips and tricks for creating your own kid cave, and there are some definite do's and don'ts, but I would say the overall goal is the same. The goal is to create a room your kids actually want to hang out in, to get them out of the rest of the rooms in the house and here. One of the ways I like to do that is I like to break up a space into separate zones. Work zone, study zone, play zone, gaming zone, movie zone, even a reading nook could be a great hangout zone. And how I do this is I use colorful rugs, lighting, even shelving to help designate those specific zones. By breaking up that space and creating like little tiny spaces within it, you're going to make the room feel larger. It's going to have better flow and function, and it's going to be much more pleasing to the eye.
Right. Now, we can probably figure out what our kids would like to have in our room. So what are some don'ts that we really need to keep in mind when we're undergoing the implementation of the room?
Well, I would say a lot of the mistakes I see parents make in general, like some of your don'ts, they make the space for them, not for the kids. So my advice would be to use color. Your kids are not digging your beige wall. I recommend going and buying a gallon of paint. This space should be fun. It should be colorful. It should be a place where kids feel comfortable being exactly who they are. And the goal is not only do you want your kids to hang out here, you want their friends to want to be here too. So you can keep an eye on everyone.
As I look over at my beige wall, exactly. Okay, so how do we protect those kids who seem bound and determined to hurt themselves? You know, the ones who hang from the curtain rods, get in the dryer.
Yes, I do know those kids. I have a couple nephews. You know, kids are gonna horse around in the house, right? I'm holding a lacrosse stick. It takes all of a split second for a lacrosse stick or a baseball bat to go through the wall. That's why I recommend, if you were building your own kid cave or updating a space into a kid cave, I recommend using purple high impact XP drywall by National Gypsum. And here's why. A bat is going to leave a giant gaping hole in standard drywall, and that could be costly and time consuming to fix, right? But Purple High Impact XP, this stuff's basically ready for life. It's ready for anything you or your kids can throw at it, including a bat. The reason being, it has this mesh embedded into the core of it, making it super strong. All you need to know now is that lacrosse stick is not going to go through your wall anymore. This is also much more durable for hanging things like hanging your curtain rods and those cool collage walls. And I love this stuff. And one of my favorite parts about it, all Purple drywall products are moisture, mold, and mildew resistant products, giving the family that extra peace of mind. And a bonus, which I love, is that it's made right here in the States.
Sweet. All very positive things, definitely, especially if you have allergies.
Oh yeah. Well, this is a Green Guard certified product, so that's another huge thing.
Totally. Okay. Now we're talking about kid caves. Take me back to your childhood. What would your amazing kid cave have looked like? My
parents were kind of genius. I think they were ahead of their time. They actually built an arcade in our basement for all of us and our friends. So we weren't hanging out at anyone else's house. Everybody was at our house all the time. And my parents knew what was going on in our lives, and they were privy to all that stuff. And I think it kept us out of trouble. I mean, we had Miss Pac-Man and Frogger games, and there was a pool table, and it was, my parents weren't worried about anything getting spilled on the floor or broken. It was literally a space they created for life, the life of a kid.
Okay, now you just said something that I wasn't even thinking about, but now I have to know. What about the flooring in the kid cave? I have carpet all over my house,
Yeah.
and my kids have destroyed it. What kind of flooring do we need to have in kid caves?
That's a very common question. It's a great question. You know, carpeting is kind of softer. It helps absorb noise. If you're into carpeting, you can always do floor carpet. You can do carpet tiles on your floor, which is great because if you spill something or the kids drop something, you just take out a tile, clean it, or replace it. It's not that big of a deal. But vinyl wood planks have come a long way. They're beautiful. You can find them now. They look like driftwood, and I don't know. I've seen crazy, beautiful colors. You can create patterns and totally make it a kid-friendly zone. You don't have to worry about anything. I mean, even these things even hold up to bleach now. It's pretty impressive.
Wow. Okay. Well, I need to get some of those clearly. All right. So Mecadons. What's the one room renovation you've done that you'd kind of like to have for yourself?
I've done a few that I would kind of like to have for myself. One of my favorite Mecadons was actually outdoors, which is sad because we're talking about getting everyone indoors since the winter's coming. But we built a backyard movie drive-in, and we did 52 Studebakers for the love seats of the drive-in. It was so, yeah, it's crazy. But you know, you can bring those ideas that we did outdoors, indoors. The whole concept is get creative, get your kids involved. If you know your kids and you know what gets their engines running and what gets them excited, you can figure out how to create the ultimate kid cave. You don't need me. You just need to pay attention to your kids. And don't be afraid to let them help. You know, it's cool. I started learning young on how to build stuff and make stuff. And I mean, it's fun. And you never know. They're going to take more pride in the space, and they may actually even start to help you clean the space because they love it so much.
That would be pretty amazing.
That's a lie. They're not going to help you clean the space.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I need to live in that little world where they will.
Go ahead. Well, I was going to say, you know, the cool thing about a kid's space is parents actually get to take off the mom and dad cap for a second and go back to that 10-year-old deep down inside all of us. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of like a big kid. And you just have to get creative and do some fun things. Like if you look over here, we took skateboards and turned them into a trophy display wall, which is fantastic. There are 3 boys that live in this room. So I mean, sports are a definite, and the house is going to be littered with these trophies. Why not put them out for everyone to see? And we're upcycling skateboards, which I love. There's some other really great ideas. Like most kids I come across love to climb. If you've got higher ceilings, why not put in a climbing wall? We're getting closer to winter, right? The kids are going to be indoors. What about an indoor camping trip? You can grab a painter's tarp and make a teepee together. It's fun, it's simple, and it's even more fun to do to actually paint the teepee, to paint the cool designs on the teepee.
Yeah, no, it sounds cute. Now, let's say the DIY network said you could create any show that you wanted to create. Wherever you want right now, what would you do?
What would I do? You know, for me, I am all about the kids space. Like, give me a giant room and let me dream and just walk away. I could do some really fantastic things. Indoor tree houses, slides. Oh God, I would love to do a slide that came from one room, like one floor to the next. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah,
hang on, I'll be right down. You got a little slide. Sorry, I can get you in trouble. Kids tend to love me because of my kooky ideas.
You're just fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody should be fun. Okay, Anitra, where do we go for more Kid Cave and DIY info?
AskForPurple.com has great ideas for you guys to create your own kid cave, including tips and tricks, even how-to videos.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time on telling us how to do kid caves, and have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.